Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. I'm Inferno Paterno. How are you guys doing today? And in today's video, as you guys can see in the title, I'm giving you the finally awaited guide and tutorial to Kage Maru in Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going over some combos that he has, some moves that I think are really good, and basically just how to play him and how to use a lot of the commands and all of the strings, stances, parries, and grabs to your advantage, alright? And if you want more videos like this, let me know down in the comments below. Now, before I even start, though, I do want to talk about the playstyle of Kage Maru, and he is a very unique character in the cast of this game, and that is why he is my favorite, okay? This guy's grabs are insane. He has an insane grappling game with many different grabs for many different reasons. He also has two stances that serve a very unique purpose. One stance has two parries in it, as well as some fast-moving moves to kind of confuse your opponent and poke him out. And then the other stance is used for some great mix-ups and fake-out mind game potential, man. I cannot wait to get into this, guys. He is a very fascinating character, and not only that, but his character design is my favorite out of all the other characters. All the moves that he does, it's just with finesse, man. This guy has finesse and a style to all of his moves, and it is absolutely fantastic. Quickly, two things that I want to note about this video is that the inputs that I'm going to be using for a lot of my strings, especially in the combo portion, is going to be through it's more of an anime fighting numeric system. It's on the screen right now, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like the fight stick movements, I guess you could say. You can memorize it on the screen right here, but I'm sure most of you guys do know it. But I'm also going to be saying, like, you know, forward, back. That's just to show the quick little inputs, but for the combos, I will be using these numbers, alright? I also want to note that if you guys want to skip to a specific portion in the video, such as the combos, the grabs, or the basic moves, I have the timestamps down below in the YouTube video for your little advantage, and I hope you like that, because I don't want you guys to have to watch the whole video just for the part you want. But anyways, let's get into it. Alright guys, so the mailman just came up to my door and told me that 90% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, and I just want to say, you should definitely slap that subscribe button. That would help me out a ton. You know what I'm saying? Donate to the Inferno Squad. One thing I want to talk about in the basic moves is his just basic strings. So let's talk about the punch, 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 kick. As you can see, it ends off with a middle, and those are some very fast highs, and guaranteed if you are using this string a lot, especially if it starts with a lot of highs, you're most likely going to get punished for it, so be careful with this. But the good thing about this is that the highs at the beginning are very fast. Look, it's +5 too. You can kind of mix them out with that if they block it. But anyways, it's a very fast move to throw out. And also, it ends with a mid, which you can then mix them up with the other fast starter string, or the basic string, which is punch, punch, kick, kick. Here's what it looks like. It ends off with a low. So if they're ready to block your supposedly mid at the end of that one, they're going to be mixed because they're not going to be blocking low, and it's going to hit them. And if you end up hitting them with that, you can finish them off with a jump attack by holding up and then pressing punch, but they have to be down for it to work, and the timing's a little different, but you'll get it down. And those are some two basic strings that you can throw out. Another basic string that I want to talk about is the back punch into kick. Now, this is the back punch, alright? Yes, it's a high, but it's incredibly fast. It's +3, it gives you a +3 advantage, but look what happens when you add a kick to it. It knocks them down, and it is a mid, okay? Now, I know what you're saying. Alright, bro, the high can be pretty risky, but yes, it can be pretty risky, but I'd say it's pretty worth it when throwing out something, especially if your opponent is mashing. And what you can do after that is you can go up and get a little combo. Let's see if we can show you guys there. Yeah, you can get like that, something like that, you know, a little 78 damage. Alright, now another move that I want to talk about is going to be 7, or the up left, I guess you could say, but it's the 7 movement on the fight stick kick. Alright, so the top left kick. Alright, and this move is going to be really useful for your advantage, and the reason why I use it most of the time is right when the round starts, you're kind of at an equal distance to your opponent right here, and they like to charge in a lot of the times, or do like you know, a little fast 2-punch. But if you start off the round with a 7 kick, which is like this, then a lot of the time you're going to catch them and counter them. But not only does it help at the beginning of the round, if your opponent is very aggressive and is going at you a lot, like a lot. This is a great move to kind of get you back, because look, it steps you back a little bit, so it helps you create distance while also covering your front. So I mean, it's a great move, just kind of space yourself out there. There's also another version of this move, which is 7 kick plus guard, or left up kick plus guard, which is like this. That's what it looks like. And the only reason I would use this is if you have like a guaranteed thought in your mind that they're going to push you and they're going to attack you. Because as you can see, it's very slow and it does create distance between your opponent. But if they block that, I'm really like 98% sure you're going to get punished for that hard. So be careful with that one. But it does do a lot more damage than the other variation, such as that. Another move that I want to talk about is going to be the punch plus kick. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because not only is it just hilarious to look at. I mean, look, he slaps him. He slaps him. Bop. Bop. It's so funny to look at, but it's also +4. It does a good bit of damage, alright? It does a good bit of damage. It's pretty fast, and I say it covers a good bit of range too, also. But the advantage is +4, and if your opponent doesn't know how to properly deal with plus frames, and they don't know when their turn is, and they don't block correctly, this is a great move to just kind of throw out to kind of confuse your opponent. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just a great move overall. And now, I know, I'm not going over all the basic moves, but I'm going over the basic moves that I think are going to help you the most, alright? Now, let's go into the neutral, or the 5, kick plus guard. And here's what this looks like. Bop! It's just a huge kick. Now, the thing that I notice a lot with Kage Maru's setups, or, you know, a lot of his moves, is that the ones that are really good are really slow. So you're going to have to manage your space really well and sometimes even get farther away from your opponent so that you can set up the goodness that is his stances and other slow moves such as this one. Now, the great thing about this one is although it's pretty slow, it does a pretty hefty amount of damage, you know, 22. And I mean, you can connect more than one. Look. I don't know. Okay, you can't connect 3, but you can definitely connect 2. You can do this for sure. You can get the that after that, which is absolutely fantastic. But overall, it is a pretty great move to just kind of throw out to counter your opponent there. Also, another move that I want to talk about the mixes of this boy is going to be the 1 kick. Here's what it looks like, or the down left kick. Here it is. It's just, my boy slides. My boy slides, man. I just love the look of it. It's just such a cool looking move, and it is a fantastic low. So if you're using lots of mids, it's great to just kind of mix up your opponent with this low. Alright, the next move I'm going to be talking about is a move that you can kind of throw out whenever you want, and it's a great way to mix up your opponent if they think you're going to be starting off a lot of your strings with highs, because it's actually a mid startup, and that is the 3 punch punch. Here's what 3 punch looks like, alright? It's a mid, and if you add another punch to it, it's a high. Alright, and the cool thing about this is not only does it start off with a mid, so it's good if people try and duck your stuff and punish you for it, but it's a knockdown, so you can kind of get a little extra combo in there. And the last basic move that I want to go over is the roll, which here's what it looks like. Here are the 2 rolls. You can actually do 2 rolls after each, or a roll after each other, and the movement is 2-1-4 right here, and then 2-3-6 punch right here. So 2-1-4 punch, 2-3-6 punch. You know, it's just a little kind of quarter circle forward movement right there. And here's what they look like. That's the forward roll. That's the back roll, and you can actually do them together. So as you can see, I faked it out right there. Or you can do the back roll into the forward roll, which is pretty cool. Look at that mix right there, boys. I did a double roll into a low slash. So I mean, it's kind of more for the finesse and style, I believe, because if somebody sees you rolling, they're probably going to punish you for it unless you're rolling backwards to kind of get out of the situation, you know what I'm saying? But otherwise than that, it's a pretty cool move. Now getting into the combo portion of the video, and I saved a bunch of moves for this portion because there are some moves that I believe are specifically really important for the combos of Kage Maru, and if you want to do a lot of damage off of 1 punish, I really suggest you learn these combos for Kage Maru. Now starting off with the first move, which I think is the bread and butter of Kage Maru's combos, that is the 3 kick plus guard, and here's what that is. All right, it's actually the down right kick plus guard. That's what it looks like right here. Just 35 damage normally, and it just looks like a normal move, right? But the cool thing about this move is that it hits your opponents when they're on the ground. Look at that. turning one simple move that knocks down into such a high damaging combo. You can basically turn any string that knocks down your opponent into a combo, and I think it's much better than using the other standard one, which is holding that, doing that. I mean, still, that does quite a bit of damage, but it is actually guaranteed that you get this damage, because they may tech out of it and roll if you try and do the jump attack, or the jump one, which is holding 8 or holding up into punch after the knockdown. Now, a move that I think is really good for combos is going to be your 6 kick plus guard. And you're going to notice a lot with Kage Maru is that his kick plus guard moves are absolutely fantastic for combos. Like, I mean, absolutely fantastic, man. Look at that. Alright, so that is the standing kick plus guard. I mean, you can get a combo off of that anyways, but the 6 plus guard, this is the forward one, you can get 2 of these in, and then bop! And you can get a freaking 3 kick plus guard. A 67 damage combo that is really relatively easy to do, at least in my eyes, alright? And not only that, but I mean, it has great range. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Great range. Great range, man. It's most likely unsafe. I believe it's unsafe, but then again, it is absolutely fantastic, and it looks really cool. Some other moves that I think are pretty good for combos are the 9 kick plus guard. Here's what it looks like. You can kind of get a jump attack after that to, you know, kind of extend the combo. It looks pretty cool with his jump attack anyways. And also is the quarter circle forward holding kick plus guard. Or, I mean, you can kind of hold it to charge it like that, or you could just let it go. Alright, but anyways, it's a pretty good way to punish your opponent and get a fantastic combo afterwards. I mean, look at that. You can kind of extend that the way you want, but let's try that again. 93 damage. I didn't even do the combo I wanted, and that was 93 damage. I mean, if you can get a charged attack on this, it is guaranteed a lot of damage. I mean, look, 96, and I was just mashing, basically. I mean, what a fantastic move if you can land, but it is really risky, so be careful. Alright, now I'm going to show you some actual combos with the annotations, okay? Here they are. That is the basic rundown of the basic combo moves that will help you out in my eyes. Alright guys, now getting into my favorite part of the video. We are going to be talking about the stances, okay? And this is my favorite part of Kage Maru, and I believe this is what makes the character, at least in my eyes, okay? Now start off with the first stance. It is called the Hagakure Ryu Yu Jumonji Kame. I think I said that right, probably not though. It is punch plus kick plus guard. And here's how you get into it. This is what it looks like. He makes that little sound dialogue so you know it is that specific stance. And there's also some other ways you can get into this stance. Like I showed you earlier, this string right here, which was the 4 punch into kick, you can actually do 4 punch into punch plus kick plus guard to get into the other stance that I'm eventually going to get into, or you can hold the punch after the 4 punch and you get into the stance that I'm talking about right now. So that's some little tech right there to quickly get into the stance so you don't have to wait for that long little dialogue and setup of the hands. It's just kind of a quick into the stance, so it's pretty cool. This stance is very special, okay? This is the bread and butter of his parries, all right? This is the stance that has his parries, and the starting position of this stance actually counters high moves, and you can actually get a combo from countering your opponent that gets you with a high move. I'm going to show you right here. Alright guys, here's what it looks like. As you can see, when they do a high move, you counter them, and it's plus 17 advantage, so you can actually get a combo after this. A great thing I want to note about this stance is that if you punch while in it, you stay in the stance, which is great because a lot of the time when you're using highs against your opponent, it makes them want to use highs right against you again, or at least the newbie opponent. So you can kind of use this against your newer or low intermediate players who actually want to use high right after your high. You know, they're trying to poke you out. Do this and you'll counter them because when they use their high, you're going to counter them, and after that, you're going to get a combo. So it's pretty fantastic there. From this stance, you can do some pretty fantastic moves. I mean, kick plus guard is a cool looking little fast kick. So, I mean, if you know they're going to try and punish you for getting into the stance, you can do a fast, short range kick. It's kind of hard to land because look at that range. That range kind of sucks, but look, it does some pretty good damage. I mean, look, 20 damage, not that bad. Pretty fast, too. Also, while in this stance, if you just do a standing kick, it is a nice mid with some good range, and you take some good distance while walking forward, and it is plus 5, so that's pretty good. There's also a wide variety of combos, as you can see right here, that you can do while in this stance, such as dashing forward and just kind of mashing kick. Bop, bop, bop! Freaking awesome. 64 damage, and it's great for counting your opponent if they think you're going to go mid, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you kind of mix it up, like hit them with some lows, you know, get some lows in, they think you're going to block low. They think you're going to block low again. Nah, B, we going mid, straight to cities, getting you 64 damage out of the blue. Freaking amazing. Great little mix-up and mind game there. Another good thing about that little move is that it also, as you guys saw, threw him into the corner from basically mid-screen. So, it's a great way to get your opponent in the corner also. Now, the coolest part of this stance in my eyes is not only can you punish high moves, but you can punish mid moves, my boys. You can punish mid moves. And the way you do that is right before the move hits, you press punch plus kick plus guard once again. And look at that. See how he gets into that? It's another parry while in a parry stance, my boys. How sick is that, dude? Look at that. Bob, look at that, dude. Plus 67 advantage, too. And it just looks absolutely fantastic if you can counter your opponent with it. Look at that. Look at that. Bob. Get a little combo in, baby. Get a good-looking combo after it. And, I mean, it's fantastic. And if you hit this in a tournament, if you guys are planning to play some tournaments and you hit that in a tournament, you are basically the coolest guy in the room. People are going to be screaming. It's a super hype move as well. Going into the next stance. Now, I like this stance much, much more because I believe you're a lot more mobile compared to the first one. And there's a lot more mind games and just mix-up potential with it. And that is 4 into punch plus kick plus guard. And that's what it looks like. Look at this. Look at this. Look at your maneuvers right here. Look how fast you could dash. You were not able to do that. You couldn't even really backdash well with the other stance. I mean, the mobility of this one is absolutely fantastic. He makes a funny dialogue when you dash that makes me absolutely just want to die and cry because it's so funny. But, anyways, let's get into the mixes of this stance, alright? The first one I want to get into is while you're in this stance, you can go 2 into kick, kick, or down, kick, kick, which is a double low. Or, like the last one, you can dash and get into mashing the kicks, just like last time. So that's a mix with the mids. So there's a little mind game between that. You can play between those two. After the stance, you can also do a neutral kick, or, you know, a 5 kick without even doing anything. And it just rocks your opponent. As you can see, it even showed the joystick icon. Rocks your opponent and gives you a little bit of advantage over them. It's a great counter. Another good counter is while in this stance doing forward punch or 6 punch. Look at that. Look at that range. And it knocks him down too. So you could probably get a fantastic combo after that. Bop, bop, bop. Look at that. I mean, easy combo. I didn't even really try. I kind of just mashed there basically. But it's a pretty good combo starter as well. Another good string that you can use out of this second stance is I heard a lot of you guys call it the chop string. And that is just mashing punch or just punch 3 times. And here's what it looks like. It's also really good because it makes your opponent turn behind. So, I mean, if you really want to, you kind of mix them up, kind of do a little grab after this, you know, because, I mean, it leaves them at a disadvantage in the neutral because they're going to have to turn right back around. Or they could do a back attack. They could do a back attack if since we're behind them. But if they don't really know how to do much good back attacks, you could kind of punish them with that if they're going to try and block afterwards. Now, quickly getting into the grabs or the throws of Kage Maru. Look at all of these grabs, man. You basically have a grab for any situation possible. We got the normal grab. If you're on your opponent's right, look, you kind of throw them on each different side. I mean, it looks pretty cool. There's the dash grab. You kind of just kind of throw them in a circle. It's pretty cool. My personal favorite throw or grab is going to be the back forward or the 4, 5, 6 punch plus guard. And here's what it looks like. Here it is right here. I'm sure you guys are going to know why it's my favorite. Look at that. Sorry, I just kind of screamed, but look at that. He throws him into the sky. Homie gets thrown into the sky. And from there, you can kind of just do your own little combo if you want. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I mean, look at that. 55 damage. Not really a hard combo to do at all. I just basically did punch, 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 kick into a 3 kick plus guard right after that. I mean, just a really simple combo to do. Another cool looking grab and a high damaging grab is the quarter circle back or 2-1-4 punch plus guard. And here's what this one looks like. It's absolutely insane. Oh my gosh, 60 damage. 60 damage, guys, from one grab. Look at that damage. It's insane. Also, my second favorite grab or throw is going to be the dash grab when your opponent is right in front of a wall. And here's what it looks like. You dash forward, and then look. Jumps off the wall, and does a 70 damage grab. 70 damage grab, dude. And I know my voice is cracking like a lot right now, but the guy's grab game is insane. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Jumps off of the wall, throws them forward, and they're on the ground, man. And it sets us back to neutral. And although I am close to the wall now, I'd say that is enough damage to kill when your opponent is already in the wall for some reason, alright? If your opponent is already near the wall and they're kind of close to half health, that's just going to decimate it, man. So, try your best to get your opponent blocking as much as possible or guarding as much as possible so you can get some of these really fantastic throws in. And also, when your opponent is facing away, like I showed you guys earlier, if you just kind of do a normal throw, it has its own special throw that does 45 damage. So, I mean, there's basically throws you can do for any situation possible that have their own purpose. You can guys go lab that out because you really need to get your grab game or throw game on when playing this character. Alright, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, leave a like, share it with your friends. And also, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, feel free to subscribe because that would help me out a ton. This video took me so long to make, and it was a lot of editing and a lot of work and a lot of time and dedication. So the support would really mean a lot to me, guys. And if you want more Virtua Fighter 5 content, let me know, and I will definitely make some more. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. It means a lot to me. And thank you so much for the support on a different fighting game besides Mortal Kombat 11. And I cannot wait to see what hype games come out for E3 because I'm definitely going to be uploading some of those because I heard there's going to be a lot of hype fighting games. But anyways, if there is something that I missed, let me know down in the comments below, and I will definitely teach you guys some stuff that I know in the comments below if I missed something. And anyways, that is it, guys. Hope you all having a fantastic day. Don't let anybody break your stride, and I'll see you all in the next video.